The light is soft this evening, like it knows our names. Your laugh fills the silence, nothing here needs to change. We're sitting on seconds, letting time pass by, not knowing this moment will one day make us cry. We talk about nothing like it's everything. Your hand finds mine without thinking. The world feels gentle, for once it's kind, as if it's giving us a small pause in time. In our old age, I hope we look back to this moment and smile at how young we were. I hope we remember how simple it felt when love was enough and the future wasn't urgent. There will be storms coming, we both know that's true. There will be days we don't know what to do, but if memory is kind, it will bring us here to this quiet now, when everything was clear. In our old age, I hope we look back to this moment and laugh at the worries we had. I hope we remember the way you looked at me like the best days had already begun. When our steps slow down and our hair turns gray, when names escape us and years slip away, I hope this feeling still lives inside, a soft reminder of the love we didn't hide. We didn't need much, just time and trust, a place to sit and a little dust. No grand plans, no perfect lines, just you and me, letting life unwind. In our old age, I hope we look back to this moment and feel it all over again. The warmth, the calm, the quiet hope of knowing we chose each other back then. If time is kind, it will bring us back, not to this place, but to this feeling again. The room was small, but it held us. A table, a chair, a view. The radio barely worked, still every song felt true. We learned to stretch a moment till it covered the night, laughing like we discovered a better kind of rich. Shoes worn thin from walking, pockets light as air, but dreams don't weigh much when someone's there. We shared more than we owned, more than we could see. Turns out abundance isn't what they sell you on TV. I had little, but had everything I need. Time to move slowly, and love that stayed with me. No excess, no safety net, just truth and belief. I had little, but had everything I need. meals tasted better when they came with tall. Plans were drawn in dust and erased by long walks. We didn't rush the future, didn't chase a sign. We trusted the present to do just fine. I had little, but had everything I need. Warmth in the cold and space to breathe. No promises written, no guarantees. I had little, but had everything I need. Some people collect things, some people collect days. I was gathering moments in the simplest ways. If happiness knocked softly, we always heard the sound. It lived in what we didn't have and still never missed out. Now life asks for more and gives it a name, but I still measure wealth the old same way, by who shows up and who stays when the lights go low and there's nothing left to say. I little, but had everything I need. A heart that felt full and a mind at ease. If I lose it all tomorrow, I still believe I once had little and had everything I need. If I'm ever afraid again, I'll remember this and breathe. When the road feels heavy and the reason feels thin, when the night keeps asking if you got more to give, when the world gets loud and you're tired of the noise, that's when you remember why you made the choice. Not every day feels meaningful, not every step feels right. Some days you move on habits, some days you move on faith. You don't need a spotlight, you don't need applause. You just keep going quietly because of who you love. Do it for someone you love. When the fire feels low and the answer isn't clear and the pace is slow, do it for the arms that feel like home. Do it for the heart that believes in you, even when you don't. Love isn't always gentle. Sometimes it's standing tall, sometimes it's showing up when you'd rather stall. It's choosing patience when you'd rather run. It's staying in the moment when leaving sounds fun. Do it for someone you love, not for the praise or proof, not for the finish line or the polished truth. Do it for the quiet promise you don't say out loud. Do it for the one who sees you through the crowd. One day you'll look back at the nights you stayed and realize strength is built this way, not from being fearless, but from waste everything, even the best intentions. But love has a way of surviving the tension. It bends, it waits, it learns your shape. It doesn't disappear when things don't break your way. Find it for someone you love when the road feels long, when the world keeps changing and you're not sure where you belong. Do it for the future that starts right now. Do it for the reason you're still standing somehow. Not for glory, not for gain. Do it for love and do it again.
I used to watch the grown-ups from the edge of the room, talking low like the walls were listening to. They carried the weight like it came with the cold. I didn't understand it, but I took notes. I swore I'd never sound like them. Tired, careful, slow. Never say maybe someday. Never say I don't know. But here I am, choosing silence where I once chose fire. Learning that restraint is a different kind of desire. I'm the one awake now when the lights go dim, counting quiet victories that no one claps for but me. I'm the one awake now, holding the line somehow. I used to watch them do it, now I'm the one. I noticed the cracks in the sidewalk, the tone behind the joke, the difference between being tired and being broke. I know which calls I don't return, which truths I let breathe. Turns out growing up is choosing what you leave. I'm the one awake now when the world sleeps in, making peace with choices I didn't plan, but I'm in. I don't miss who I was, I just understand now. I'm awake now. Nobody tells you the moment arrives when responsibility quietly survives your old excuses, your borrowed time, and asks for your name. I'm the one awake now, and I don't resent the cost. Every step I didn't take made me what I'm not. If this is what it means to care, to stay, to somehow allow, then I'm the one awake now. don't in the room when I walk inside. I don't talk in sparks, I don't burn them bright. I've been the pause in a rushing crowd, the one who listens while they're talking loud. I learned early how to carry weight, how to hold the door, how to show up late. Not for glory, not for proof, just to stand still when the floor moves.
I've loved people who couldn't stay, loved them anyway. I've said I'm fine with a practiced smile, and meant it only halfway. Some nights I sleep like a stone in a stream, let the water pass over me. Some mornings hurt for no clear reason, like a song with no name or season. But I'm still here somehow, with my heart intact, still choosing hope, still looking back at all the days that tried to leave. I'm still here somehow.
I've watched the world reward the loud, watched kindness wait its turn.
I've seen love dressed up as control, and patience mistaken for concern. I don't need the ending wrapped in gold, I don't need the truth to shout. If there's a fire that keeps me warm, it's the one I didn't put out. And I'm still here somehow, not untouched but whole, still believing in quiet things, still doing what I'm told by that small voice I almost lost. I'm still here somehow. Not everything strong makes a sound, not every survivor's crowned. Some hearts don't shatter, they bend, and that's how they last in the end. I'm still here somehow, after all of it, after the doubts, the nights I quit. If this is all I ever prove, I stay, and that's the truth. Every story's got two sides, that's what they always say. But when the lights come on, you choose yours anyway. You tell it like it saved you, like it made you whole. You leave out what it cost me, you leave out what it stole. I heard your virgin first, before I heard my name. You were already certain I was the one to blame. Funny how the truth bends when it's trying to survive. Funny how it always leans toward the one still alive. Yeah, every story has two sides, but you don't tell them both. You pick the one that lets you sleep and call the rest a ghost. I ain't saying you're a liar, I'm just saying I was there, and you chose your side of the story like the other one wasn't fair.
I could tell it different, make you look just as wrong. But I'm tired of fighting wars that only last in song. Some truths don't need defending, some wounds don't need a crowd. Silence ain't surrender, it's just refusing to be loud. I don't need you to admit it, I just need you to know. Every story has two sides, but you made yours the truth. You wrapped it up in reasons, left no room for proof. If choosing means surviving, then I hope it kept you warm. But don't pretend you told it all when you only told your form. Time will tell it different. Time don't pick a team, it just lays it all out quiet in between. Yeah, every story has two sides, I finally chose mine too. Not to change how others see it, just to stay honest and true. You can keep your clean ending, I'll keep my scar pride. Every story has two sides, and you chose your side. Some truths don't chase closure, they just walk away.
I used to think the song was everything, the sound, the fire, the proof. Didn't know the space between the chords was doing most of the truth. I chased the noise like meaning lived there, like louder meant more alive. Didn't know the quiet was waiting with a sharper knife. Watch the world learn how to shout before it learned how to feel. Everybody's playing something, nobody's listening still. We stack our lives like instruments, all tuned to different fears. Funny how the loudest moments disappear. It's the silence between the notes that tells you what's real. It's the breath before the truth that decides what you feel. Not the crash, not the flame, not the part you quote. It's the silence between the notes. I met love in an unfinished line, a pause I couldn't explain. It didn't sound like romance, it sounded like rain. I met myself in the waiting, not the rise or fall. Turns out the space I tried to fill was holding it all. You don't hear meaning, you notice it. It's the silence between the notes that carries the weight. It's the moment you don't rush that decides your fate. If the song ever here. Maybe truth doesn't arrive when you expect. Maybe it shows up when you stop next. It's the silence between the notes that stays when songs decay, when the record stops spinning and the feeling won't play. If you're listening for answers, you've already missed the code. It was always hiding. It's the silence between the notes. Most people hear the song, very few hear what it's saying.
The light is soft this evening, like it knows our names. Your laugh fills the silence, nothing here needs to change. We're sitting on seconds, letting time pass by, not knowing this moment will one day make us cry. We talk about nothing, like it's everything. Your hand finds mine without thinking. The world feels gentle, for once it's kind, as if it's giving us a small pause in time. In our old age, I hope we look back to this moment and smile at how young we were. I hope we remember how simple it felt when love was enough and the future wasn't urgent. There will be storms coming, we both know that's true. There will be days we don't know what to do, but if memory is kind, it will bring us here, to this quiet now, when everything was clear. In our old age, I hope we look back to this moment and laugh at the worries we had. I hope we remember the way you looked at me, like the best days had already begun. When our steps slow down and our hair turns gray, when names escape us and years slip away, I hope this feeling still lives inside, a soft reminder of the love we didn't hide. We didn't need much, just time and trust, a place to sit in a little dust. No grand plans, no perfect lines, just you and me letting life unwind. In our old age, I hope we look back to this moment and feel it all over again. The warmth, the calm, the quiet hope of knowing we chose each other back then. If time is kind, it will bring us back, not to this place, but to this feeling again.
Same cracked pavement after school, same shortcut by the field you always walk walked a step ahead, like you already knew the deal. We learned our names and roll call lines, learned courage in the same hall, borrowed time from teenage nights, swore we'd never miss it all. Ooh, 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 ooh. Same town gossip, same old jokes, same dreams packed too tight. We said we'd leave in different ways, still watch the same street lights. Life took turns we couldn't plan, pulled us wide, pulled us thin, but every road we tried to claim kept folding back again. It wasn't magic, it wasn't fast, it was years learning how things last. We had the days of our life before we ever knew that growing up was just a long way back to something true. Every wrong turn led us closer, every door aligned, like the whole wide universe was quietly on our side. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Different scars, different seasons, different names on mail. But when I saw you standing there, the noise began to fail. You still laughed the same exact way, still paused before you spoke, like time had only practiced us, not broken what we wrote. We had the days of our life, in classrooms and back rows, and secrets passed like contraband, in hopes we never told. Now the pieces fit together like they waited all this time, like the whole wide universe was quietly on our side. Some love isn't sudden, it grows with the years, learns patience, learns staying, learns how to be here. We didn't chase perfection, we didn't race the clock, we just kept showing up through everything we fought. If fate has a sense of humor, it smiled and let us try, then step back slowly and let the timing arrive. We had the days of our live before the ending made sense, before we knew the waiting was part of the evidence. Two lives moving separately, still tracing the same design, like the whole wide universe was quietly on our side. Same town, same story, new way to say we made it.
They said he talked like he was leaving, even when he never did. Carried maps in his jacket, dreams too loud for where he lived. He'd point past the grain silos, like the future owed him more. Said this place is just a hallway, not a room I'm meant for long. They left in borrowed sedans, with goodbye waves and plans. Changed their names in new cities, learned how to shake the past by hand. He stayed to help his father fix the roof, settle debts. Said I'll catch up with the rest of you, but catching up's a myth. He was too big for this small town, that's what everyone agreed. But the years kept getting quieter, and the road stopped calling him. Now his name's on a headstone where the old church bells still sound. He was too big for this small town, but he grew old and died in it. diner closed on Tuesdays, the mill shut down for good. Dreams got folded smaller like you do when you should. He watched the kids he went to school with come back just long enough to bury someone else they love, then disappear again in trucks. He kept his suitcase in the closet like a promise he still kept, but it never left the shelf, and neither did he. He was too big for this small town, too restless for its pace. But life don't always listen to the plans we try to make. Now the only ones who know his name are written in the ground. He was too big for this small town, but he stayed until it took him down. They say the brave ones leave early and the quiet ones remain, but some people stay for love and pay for it in years. If there's a heaven with highways and exits clearly marked, I hope he's finally driving with the window down and dark. He was too big for this small town, but too kind to disappear. He held the place together while the rest escaped their fear. Now the lights go out earlier and nobody sticks around. He was too big for this small town, and now the town's smaller without him now. The road still runs past the graveyard like it always has, somehow still heading somewhere better, just not for him. Not now.
Every screen keeps shouting, every side wants to be right. Voices talking over voices, turning day into night. We learned how to argue, forgot how to hear. Built walls out of fear, then wondered why it's cold in here. We scroll past the suffering like it's part of the view. Someone else's heartbreak, nothing to do with you. But every face has a story, every name has a weight, and the distance between us is thinner than we think. What's going on with the world? Why are we so afraid to sit with one another instead of pushing away? We don't need another reason, another line in the sand. What's going on with the world? We need more love than plans. We learned how to win debates, but forgot how to care. Turn kindness into weakness and anger into flare. Everybody's guarding something, everybody's on edge, but hearts were made for armor, they were made to be shared. Oh, what's going on with the world? Why does hurt speak so loud? Why does silence grow heavy in the middle of crowds? We don't need louder answers, we need softer hands. What's going on with the world? We need more love than demands. Love doesn't need agreement, love doesn't need a side. It shows up in the space places where we choose to stay kind. Not fixing, not saving, just standing close enough to say I see you and mean it with love. I don't have the solution, I don't know where to start, but maybe it begins with an unguarded heart. One less judgment today, one more moment of grace. Small acts don't look powerful till they change the place. What's going on with the world? Maybe it's tired and worn, maybe it's waiting on us to remember why. What's going on with the world? What's going on with the world? What's going on? What's going on?
We were loud in borrowed jackets, running late just to feel alive, laughing like the night was endless, like we didn't know time to think. Every rule felt optional, every dream felt close. We thought the world was ours to spend, and we spent it all at once. We didn't fear the consequences, we barely named the days. Love was just a spark between us, not a debt we had to pay. We trusted motion over comfort, speed over control. If it felt like fire in the chest, we followed where it pulled. We were young, we were wild, we were free in every way, running straight into the moment, never asking it to stay. We didn't know what we were risking, but we knew how it felt. We were young, wild and free, and that was everything. That was everything. Time moved quicker than we noticed. Suddenly names meant weight. Some dreams learned how to bend, some learned how to wait. But when I look back at those nights, there's nothing I'd erase. We lived more in one reckless year than some do in decades. We were young, we were wild, we were brave without a plan. We held the future in our hands, then let it slip like sand. Even now it still reminds me of who I used to be. We were young, wild and free, before life asked more of me. Yeah, it asked more of me. Maybe freedom isn't leaving, maybe it's remembering that once we trusted feeling more than anything. Now we move a little slower, count our reasons more, but something in us still remembers what we were before. And on certain nights I see it in the way you smile, like that fire never left us, it just learned how to hide. We were young, we were wild, we were free and unafraid. We gave our hearts to motion and our fear to yesterday. If growing up means losing that, then I don't agree, because I still carry us, young, wild and free. Young, wild and free. Wild and free. Young, wild and free. The fridge is loud in the kitchen,
like it's thinking out loud. Bills on the table staring, saying nothing, saying now. We count the days and small wins, not in money or plans. Just faith in tomorrow, and your hand in my hand. Some nights feel longer than they have any right to be. We talk in half sentences and tired honesty, but there's something stubborn in the way we stay. Like love itself refuses to walk away. We're living on a prayer, holding on somehow, believing in the morning before it shows up now. We don't have the answers, we don't have it all, but we've got each other, and that's not nothing at all. Oh, oh, oh. The world keeps asking questions we don't know how to solve, but we've learned how to listen when everything feels off. Hope doesn't shout, it barely speaks. It sits beside you quietly when you're weak. We're living on a prayers through the doubt and fear, finding small miracles just standing here. It's not a perfect story, it's not a safe bet, but love keeps breathing even when hope's in debt. Maybe faith isn't certainty, maybe it's staying put when the ground feels shaky and the future's misunderstood. Maybe prayers aren't spoken, maybe they're lived in the way we keep choosing to forgive. One day we'll look back smiling at how close it all came, how the hardest chapters still knew our names. If we make it through this, it won't be by chance, it'll be the quiet courage of giving love another chance. We're living on the prayers, not fearless, just true, learning how to stand with nothing but you. The world may waver, the night may fall, but we're still here breathing, and that's enough for now. If faith has a shape, it looks like this: two hearts refusing to quit.
We learned it late, but we learned it true. That time don't wait for the brave or the blue. That growing up isn't winning the race, it's learning who you can't replace. We watched our heroes turn into names on envelopes, bills, and quiet shame. We laughed too loud at jokes we knew were covering scars we never showed through. Some of us married, some just stayed, some made peace, some walked away. We all swore we'd never be them. Funny how life don't ask when. The wild ones learn how to sleep, the loud ones learn what to keep, the broken ones learn how to stand with steady hearts and shaking hands. We learned it late, but we learned it well. You don't hear the warning till after the bell. You don't miss the moment till it's past. Some things move slow, some things last. There's a girl I knew with fire in her Now she packs lunches and waves goodbye. There's a boy who ran like he'd never stop. Now he counts the hours, watches clocks. And me, I learned the hardest part. You don't lose dreams, you trade their shape. Life don't break you all at once. It bends you slow, then asks you to stay. We learned it late, but we learned it clean. Love's not loud, it's in between. In the showing up and staying kind, and letting go of who you were on time. Nobody told us to feel this fast. Nobody warned us about the past. How we wait so patient, so polite, till you turn around one random night. We learned it late, but not too late. Still enough time to choose our weight. Still enough love to give away. Still enough heart to say I'll stay. We learned it late. We learned it late. We learned it low.
Used to think I lost some years, some version of myself, like life was something I misplaced on a higher shelf. I counted moments I skipped past, mistakes I let defined. But looking back with steadier eyes, nothing was left behind. Every wrong turn taught my feet, every pause taught my breath. Every love that didn't last still taught me how to care. I wasn't late, I wasn't spared, I wasn't chosen less. I walked the road that asked for me and gave me what it gave. Nothing went missing, nothing was wasted. Every step shaped the ground I'm standing on. I didn't arrive broken, I arrived honest. Nothing went missing, I was there all along. I see my past like an old friend, not perfect, not untrue. Someone who did the best they could with what they barely knew. I don't need to rewrite the story. I wish I'd been brave sooner. I became who I needed to be, not faster, just truer. Nothing went missing, even the pain. It taught my heart what mattered most. I didn't lose time, I learned my name. Nothing went missing, I'm still whole. you don't find yourself. You stay long enough to notice nothing went missing, nothing slipped through. I lived the life that fit my hands. If I sound like peace, it's because it's true. Nothing went missing, I made it through. We were loud about the ending, said all the things we had to say, but it's the quiet parts that followed that never really went away. The way your jacket held your shape on the back of my old chair, the way I still reach for your name when nobody's there. I thought closure came in answers, in a clean final line, but it showed up unannounced in the middle of my time, in grocery aisles and passing songs, in jokes I still don't tell. Turns out letting go is easy, it's the living with it that's hell. 'Cause the quiet parts stayed when the noise moved on. The silence learned my habits and started calling them home. I don't miss the fighting, I don't miss the pain, but the quiet parts stay. I see you in the better version of the man I'm trying to be. Funny how love keeps teaching, even after it sets you free. I don't blame us for the ending, I don't curse the way it went. Some things aren't meant to last forever, they're meant to leave a dent. I survived the goodbye, I'm just learning the after. 'Cause the quiet parts stayed long after we felt, not the words we threw like knives, but the nights we knew too well. Time keeps moving forward, but it moves slow with pain. The quiet parts stay. Maybe healing isn't erasing what was true, maybe it's learning how to breathe with the shape of you. Still here, still you. Yeah, the quiet parts stay, but they don't own me now. They just remind me I was real. I was there, loving left a shadow. I won't curse the shade, the quiet part stays. Not everything that hurts is heavy.